Thank you to the developers Rogue Factor and publishers Nacon for hooking your boy up with a code for Hell Is Us. This is a new action adventure, semi-open world game, and I'm only about 10 hours in, so this won't be a full review, but I just wanted to come in and at least give some early impressions, but I think I will do a full review once I end up finishing it. But let's just talk about it, man. So, like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into the story, but the basic premise is you play as a soldier named Remy, who is a part of a group called the Peacekeepers, and he decides one day that, you know what, I'm just going to go AWOL because I want to figure out the truth about my parents and where I'm from. There's a little more to the story than that, but that's kind of basically what happens. So he returns to his homeland of Haiti, and let's just say Haiti got some issues going on. A lot of things happening in Haiti that ain't so good. But I just wanted to give just overall thoughts and feelings that I've had after playing for about 10 hours. Overall, I am enjoying this so far. This is not a perfect game, but I've really been enjoying it. When you first start the game, you're going to get a warning that there are no markers, there are no objective points. They're not going to tell you exactly where to go. They are not going to hold your hand. They're going to drop you off in the world and tell you skedaddle. Get out of here, kid. Go figure it out. Go do stuff. Go talk to people and you'll be all right. And they really mean that. They give you agency on how you want to play, what you want to do, where you want to go, and they leave you to your own devices to figure it out. And I actually really like that aspect of this. That may be a detriment to some people, but as somebody who, when I play open world games, I'm always trying to go to the place that I don't even know if I'm supposed to go to. I just want to go just to see if I can. And this game just allows me to go where I want and do what I want, and just kind of let me stumble about and figure things out. And what I enjoy about kind of this hands-off approach is it makes me really lock in and focus on what's happening. I like this immersion of you really just got to pay attention to the conversations that you're having when you're talking to people, the pieces of lore and notes and things that you pick up. It makes these interactions and things just feel important. And I had a moment where I was lost, or not lost, I was struggling with a puzzle, and the hint to the puzzle was in a note that I picked up. I just wasn't paying attention to the note, and so I went back and looked through my inventory and found it. So I like that it makes those little person-to-person interactions just feel important. And Haiti is, a full world with a history and a lore. You're going to be learning about the Sabinians and the Palamists, and the more you talk to these people, you get to see the perspective of both groups. You learn a little bit about the Peacekeepers, and there's so much going on, and it's a really grim, really dark world. You hear the grimness in the music, you see it in the environment, and you hear it in just the conversations. A lot of these people are just kind of desperate, man. They're just in this war-torn world, and they are just trying to hold on to whatever they can hold on to. And and you can help them. They give you the opportunity and the chance to help some of these people with little side quests here and there. And I play this game old school, man. I got my little sticky note that I keep on my laptop, a little sticky note app, and I just write down important locations that I don't want to forget. If there's like a puzzle or a door or something I can't get into, I'll write it down. If there was an important conversation note, I'll write that down. But the game doesn't leave you completely in the dark. There is like this investigation screen that keeps track of some of the important people that you talk to. But I really like, just with the exploration overall, that the game does put the onus on you to pay attention and be vigilant and just really focus in on what's happening. The game makes you give it its full undivided attention, and I really like that aspect of it, though I know it may not be for everybody, but it's working for me so far. And then we've got the combat, and the combat is honestly, it's pretty simple. It's not too deep, and this may be to a detriment of how simple it is. There's only like 4 different weapons, at least, that I've come across. You get standard kind of combo string. It plays almost like a Souls-like game without the difficulty. You get a standard combo string. You have a charge attack that you can do. You can block, you can parry. The enemies are kind of weird. I like the Hollow Walkers. I like their designs. I like how they fight. They have different movement patterns that I'm used to. They kind of move in these really weird, twitchy, freaky little ways, and it can make pulling off the parry a little difficult because you got to kind of learn the pattern. So you may struggle with it a little bit, but once you get a hold of it, I feel like the combat in this game is pretty easy. And then you also have glyphs that you can equip, and there are a few different kinds of glyphs, and these have spells that you can use to give you different effects. But to be honest, I haven't really experimented much with the glyphs because I haven't really felt the need to. I've been able to just kind of just brute force my way through a lot of these fights. Once I kind of understood the flow in the combat, I was really able to just kind of, I feel like I can just really handle myself. I like the different variations of weapons, though it's not enough of them. It's only, like I said, only 4 that I've come across so far. I don't know if there's any more of them. But you'll find your favorites. I love the twin axe. I really like all of the weapons, but you know, you got a sword, a twin axe, 2 other ones that you'll come across, one of which you might see in the video. I might show all of them. I don't know. But yeah, there are not really a ton of different weapons or like a ton of different moves to pull off. You do have a cool little finisher move that you can do. You do have a drone who helps you out. And shout outs to the drone. The drone can distract enemies, and he can kind of give you some extra moves. There are drones, these little chips that you can give the drone that kind of give you some different moves you can pull off. So there's a little bit of variety, but overall, it's not a very deep combat system. I do like, though, one thing I really enjoy about the combat. If anybody's played Neo, they borrow the key pulse mechanic from that game for here, but it's for health and stamina. And I thought that was a really nice touch. And I feel like that's the main part of the combat that you got to get down. Once you can do the health pulse consistently, you'll be good. Because they don't give you much health in this game in terms of items. Like, you're not going to come across med packs and stuff that often. So you are going to have to get good at pulling off that health pulse. Because other than that, items in this game are kind of sparse. You're not going to come across most of them, and that makes sense in context of the story, because I'm pretty sure y'all can see from the footage, Haiti is not a luxurious place. It's very desolate, very grim. No markets, no Walmarts, no CVS out here. People are struggling, but you really get that feel of struggle, like I said, when you're just talking to people and hearing these stories. This game does a really good job with immersion and world building. I think it's really good at that. And that's been my favorite part of it. The combat is, like I said, it's very simple. It's very standard. It gets the job done, but there could be more. If you want more of a difficulty challenge, you just might have to up the difficulty. But I like the pace I'm playing at. I enjoy the combat enough to where it's not a detriment. But I can acknowledge that I wish it was just a little more you could do. Just maybe a few different moves just to give it a little bit more depth. But as a total package so far, I've been really enjoying this, and I like this kind of hands-off approach of just letting me just kind of be free and just go places and solve puzzles and take notes. I don't know, the flow of this, once I really settled into it, it had a nice flow that I was able to just kind of get into. And even without, you know, markers or waypoints, even when the game opens up, if you played the demo, this game gets much bigger once you get past the demo point. When you get into the marshlands, I feel like that's when the game really starts. But even with this much world to explore, I haven't really felt like, oh, I'm lost, or I don't remember exactly where this is. Because normally I'm either taking notes, or I think I've just gotten to the point where I've played enough open world games to where I don't know, I can just kind of just remember, remember stuff. But, you know, I haven't felt overwhelmed with the fact that the game isn't telling me where to go. That, for me, has not been a major detriment. Now, that could be different, you know, different people will feel different, will have different experiences, but so far for me, it has not been a detriment. I've really loved that aspect of the game. And overall, I'm having a lot of fun with this, but like I said, these are just early impressions. When I finish this game, I will come back and do a full review. If you want to see me play it, check me out on Twitch, man. Twitch.tv/Serial Sensei. I will definitely be streaming this sometime in the very near future, so come by and check me out. But I just wanted to put this game on you guys' radar. Check it out if you're interested. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. That's all I got for today's video. My name is Serial Sensei. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay hydrated, and I will catch y'all on the next one.